you want a quick turnaround. And so I just saw, and then years down the road, they talked, at the very end, if for maintenance costs, all you have to do is mill top layer of asphalt off, replace it. So your maintenance costs are minimal down the road. And I never even thought about full depth application at that time. It was just first kind of introduction to it. And that RCC was actually produced with a ready mix plant. So
Hmm.
yeah, it was kind of neat. And I just saw like the future for it. And
Yeah. And you're kind of like, I think what I remember you telling me is you can spread three times as much RCC than you can with concrete in a day. And
mhm.
it's a third of the cost to the concrete, rivaling asphalt, right? Are those true statistics?
Well, so there's a lot of variables to that, right? So project size, production, that plays a factor into getting that cost down.
Okay.
One misconception sometimes is everybody's like, they always call you like, what is my square foot price for asphalt versus RCC, or what is my square
Right.
foot
Yeah.
price for if I go traditional ready mix? And
Mhm.
it's kind of a hard question to answer because you have to have a project big enough to support it. Because you have a lot of,
Yeah.
as you've seen with their job sites, you have a lot of equipment on site. That's not cheap to run. Where that's made up of is you have significantly less labor to install it, right?
Okay.
And the quantities that you get down daily. So I would say every application is a little bit different, but yeah, like on big projects, especially the feedlots out in Nebraska that we're doing,
Mhm.
the cost has been a third to half of what they would do during a traditional wet pour. So,
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah.
Now I have some pictures showing up from one of your job sites, one of the feedlots out in Nebraska. If we just kind of step through the process for those on the webinar that aren't familiar with rolled compressed concrete, in your operation, you actually start with milling right on site, right? You're going to mix the aggregate, the cement, and the water in your own little portable mill, correct?
Correct. So that's one thing that also gives a huge advantage in our industry, right? So
Mhm.
a lot of those costs, you just asked me about costs on a project. A
Mhm.
lot of that is trucking and haul
Mhm.
distance. So on asphalt, sometimes you might have to haul the product an hour, depending on the time of year to a project. Whereas with this, it's really nice. The portable pug mill plants, batch plants, we can put right on site for a project. They
Mhm.
typically set up in 1 to 2 days. And uh, they're just so versatile. So that's one
Yeah.
advantage. You're producing the mix right there on site. Your trucking's
Yeah.
pretty minimal.
So
Um,
it mixes it, then you convey it into the transport trucks.